Good evening. This is Jermaine Thomas at one of the local CVS locations here in Fort Pierce, Florida. Want to let you guys know about how to dominate your local market wherever you are, small town, average city as we know it, the suburbs, if you're in what they call the country, trying to find some light. I'm at this CVS location. They're open until 10 right now. But a lot of CVS locations, as you know it, they're open until 11 or they're open until they're 24 hours. But this one right here is, I believe, one that's open till 11, but right now they're open till 10. Just over here because of the light. I want to get back to YouTube because I need to be consistent. I want to share with you guys how you can build that empire, how you can build the delivery ecosystem in your community, no matter where you live. Because I've been sowing those seeds, guys. I've been in this industry for almost 4 years, coming up on 4 years now. It began with Uber. I had a day job. I was doing Uber as well in fall of 2016. It started in summer 2016. I started to notice I was making a good amount of money part-time, and I actually came in kind of late. Speaking of early, you know what I mean? Early. It's never too late in this industry, to be honest. People are moving around in the passenger sense, but people are also choosing to get foods and goods delivered to them. So I opted in with Uber Eats in that same fall of 2016. It was about October when I opted in. I was full-time at that point with Uber, solely Uber at that point. And later that spring I joined Lyft. And then the following summer I joined Postmates. I'm a part of a promotional modeling agency, thankfully, and I get a head start on emerging brands, emerging companies sometimes. And you all see them when you go to the street festivals. If you go to things like the Thrifter Market in Miami, I had an event there. If you go to things like the Palm Beach International Boat Show, if you go to these these runs that the Girl Scouts do, mothers and daughters and fathers and daughters, if you are in the mall and you know the certain surveys, if you go to the I Heart Jingle Ball, if you're ever at the Art Basel or Art Basel, however you say it, opportunities like that, I learned which brands are seeking our talent. I'm one of the promotional models. Every so often I get a leadership position. All of us get the chance. It's what you want to do with that. But that Postmates was mentioned in one of them. One gig I didn't get, and I had to check out what is Postmates. I looked it up. I saw it was a delivery service. I already had experience with Uber Eats. And the way I think, guys, I want to be one of those who gets in early in certain situations. And I want to see what it's worth and see if I can help something expand. See if I can help it expand. If you're a fan of business and business successes and big business stories, that's what I'm trying to do. And before I knew life like that, in my senior superlative, I often look back at it in high school. It's like I wanted to invent something and retire rich, retire young. And these aren't my invention. I didn't invent them, but I'm working in it. Who would have known in 2003, 2004 that you would have a ride share economy, a gig economy, that delivery would be in a symbiotic relationship with the restaurants and the grocery stores. Who would have thought that back then? Maybe somebody thought of it back then. Maybe it was long thought of, but it's in action now. And I want to tell you guys how you can make this thing happen. You want to do things like use your story on your social media, and don't be afraid to tag the brands. The brands love it. They communicate with me in the inbox all the time. Thank you so much. How'd you like it? I'm glad you liked it. We appreciate you. Things of that nature. Lots of gratitude there, building a relationship with the brands. And if you notice, I like to tag artists. If you follow me on the Instagram and the Facebook, those are ones that I use. I have a Snapchat. I have not used it yet. I'm not on TikTok yet. But those are many ways that you can get the word out. How that works, guys, you end up in your city story. And when you do certain poll, like a poll or a hashtag, you end up in the story for that. So you reach your city and you can reach your state. There was one time I ended up in the Florida story. And if you guys know what Florida means to a lot of people in the U.S., there's people that are from the tri-state New York area in New England that have grandparents here, parents here, or their family out of wealth and inheritance that have a home here if they've done really well for themselves financially. So when you end up in the Florida story, when people checking on Florida, the natives of Florida, the residents of Florida, those who frequent Florida, you know, they're here sometime, or they vacation here, or they seasonally come here because they actually have family or they have a place, you end up in the story. So you end up in the city story, you end up in sometimes your own state story, because of maybe you tag the city and you tag radio stations that are in addresses of a certain place. That was a wow. I'm in the state of Florida story. But I had an example yesterday. One of my stories I hashtag McDonald's. That was my highest view story. It was 88 viewers. Could have been more. I've seen as high as 50 before, a little over 50. But I'm right here, guys. I just wanted to let you guys know you can use the story and you get that reach. This gives you a 24-hour reach, because what I want you guys to do is keep your health, your safety, your longevity in mind. That story is going to work for you for 24 hours. Now, even though you don't capture the action pay, like doing the work, because you're going to go to sleep eventually. You're going to go into other things, like if you're in school, you're at work. If it's parenting time, if it's take care of your family time, anybody you take care of, where you're not working. So this thing is the life of the story on Instagram or Facebook lives on for 24 hours. So the other drivers in your area, they're a benefactor of the work you do. So if you do a nice story for KFC, or for Popeyes, or for Wendy's, or Burger King, or for McDonald's, or for Bonefish Grill, or for Applebee's, or for CVS, or for Publix, or for even Walmart, because I'm with Postmates on Walmart. If you do one for Walgreens, if you do one for, I think I said Publix and Fresh Market, if you do one for Target, whatever it is, whether it's a product or you got a theme, it's about check out these barbecue sauces. If it's a product, check out this type of chips. Or if it's like, check out the display of prepared foods, deli food, salad. Maybe you use for good the art of sharing videos or pictures of your food, because you're going to tag those companies. Those companies are going to feel the gratitude. Another element of the story is tagging music. Like right now, I'm blessed with satellite, Sirius XM satellite radio. One of my favorite channels is the Radio Margaritaville channel. Jimmy Buffett, the Coral Reefer Band, and you'll see other people that are correlated with that. You'll see reggae artists, you'll see rock artists, and the nature of that. You'll see Mac McAnally, you'll see some of the artists that, if you are around, like Mayer, I think it's John Mayer. I'm looking at one right now. GTS Kombucha, like I mentioned in the story. So I just saw that headline just drop right there. A lot of those were affiliated artists that they did work. They were doing their own work. There's a symbiotic flow. What I'm doing is I'm sharing the love. I'm expanding the reach. I'm showing love. So Sirius XM gets love. Radio Margaritaville gets love. Publix gets love. GTS Kombucha gets love. The location in Vero Beach, now that's in the city story, because I'm making an impression in the social media where I'm making an impact. You can do that too. So whether you're in Lake Wales, Florida, whether you're in Bainbridge Island, Seattle, Washington, whether you're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, whether you're in Mobile, Alabama, whether you're in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, whether you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, whether you're in Walla Walla, Washington, whether you're in New Bedford, Massachusetts, whether you're in Providence, Rhode Island, we can do this thing. That's what I'm here for, guys. We can do this thing. The story is one element. You could also share posts of like a local place in a college community, a place that's buzzing. I know things have changed because of, college kind of closing up in college communities as we know it, life as we know it. But like Valkyrie Donuts by UCF, University Boulevard, I believe. No, it's not University Boulevard, but it's up Alafaya, 434. No, it might be on University Boulevard, but over in that area. Like, I didn't go to UCF, but I helped them out a lot. I'm involved with Florida Citrus Sports, volunteering with the bowl games and fitness team, Team Hard Candy, WBFF over there, and just doing work with the rideshare industry because UCF football is a big deal. That's a big deal over there in Orlando. Orlando's already Orlando, but they got a whole side of Orlando that's pretty much UCF in a nice suburban to rural area. It's beautiful over there. You guys should really look at Orlando. Orlando's something. It really is. That's over on the east side, just coming out of the Cape Canaveral and off of Titusville. It's accessible to Melbourne and New Smyrna Beach and Port Orange and Daytona. But sharing the post by Valkyrie Donuts, which mentions Postmates as one of their delivery partners in there, and then I built the story off of the image. And later in that same day yesterday, I took a video that Applebee's has, and I basically set it up for 3 locations, for Vero Beach, Fort Pierce, and Port St. Lucie, because I've done deliveries for all of them in the past week, legitimately. So it was a video. They already have it. I used the Regran app, RGRANN, and that shout out to Turk. I was still learning Instagram. Turk from the Cash Money Hot Boys. He's a real accessible person, y'all. If you are a hip-hop fan, old school, new school, it's like, check out his movement. He writes books, does documentaries, he's steadily producing his rap. But I learned how to take someone else's post that I agree with and like, or trying to push that further on behalf of them and for me. So I'll take the post with something like the Regram app or the Repost app, but I use Regram, RGRANN. I use that app, and you got an option there for feed or for story. So guys, this is like a computer class I'm giving you. This is a cell phone app delivery company training. You can watch it over and over. Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully I'm fluid. Hopefully I'm not rambling in any way. But I'll use that app to take their picture, put it in my feed, or put it in my story. But your own original content, all you got to do is use the video you took with your phone or your tablet, and you're going to see a little sign that's kind of like that. You're going to hit that sign. It's going to ask you what app you want to send it to. And you'll see these options. You'll see Instagram, you're going to see it for feed and direct message, and for story. You would want to put it in story. Story has more power than the post itself sometimes. Sometimes, because you reach people you don't know. People that might not come like your stuff, that you might not be mutual friends with. But that's when you want to do all your mentions. It's always beautiful to do a location. That's how you pinpoint where you were or where you're setting it up for. You don't have to be there. Like sometimes I set up stuff in Fayetteville, Arkansas, because I got classmates and friends doing the work over there. I set it up for Mobile, Alabama. Places I haven't been in a while, and some I haven't been yet. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Savannah, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I'll set it up. I'm trying to draw them some business. Because people checking the stories. Yep, people checking the stories can see that. And then that's making a reach for Postmates. And even if I'm not there tonight or I'm not there tomorrow, the drivers there are the benefactors of it. So help someone else grow. That's what you want to do. You want to help someone else grow, guys. And trust me, the day that you're over there and you decide to work, because this work is not Work like you think it is, guys. Be an excellent person. Put in the work you can. By your standards. By your principles. You're going to do quality work, but you're not going to burn yourself out. You're going to do what's needed and to the best of it. But you could literally be listening to your music riding. You could literally be using your Bluetooth audio that way, having phone conversation with family or friends or something of that nature. Why are you doing the work sometimes? Every so often you might have to go through a drive-through. Deal with that right now. Deal with business. Every so often you might have to call the customer and get the gate code because they live in a gated community. Every so often you may have to turn it down and talk to a guard at the gate of the community because you're delivering to all classes of people. All classes of people. From the working to the middle class, all ranks of that, to all classes of the wealthy. Everything I do. That's what Roadie, that's what Postmates, that's what Uber Eats, that's what Instacart. It's a great work, guys. I want you guys to get involved with it. You guys see the locations I post. You see the views I post if you follow me on social media. And one thing about that story, guys, you can actually archive the story. So if you want to make a archive for Postmates, an archive for Instacart, an archive for Uber Eats, you could do that. You could capture your favorite stories and you could move them in and out. You could say, nah, this one ain't the best ever. You get what I'm saying? That's the ones you want to live on. You can go back and watch it for your own entertainment. It lives on for you. You could be asleep, someone's enjoying this story archive. That's how you can make it live on. It could be for your memories, if you're a person that you feel that way. Some people don't hang on nothing, you know what I mean? That's not a criticism. Everybody's wired different. They travel light. Some people travel light. Some people, I need my memories. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was that nice restaurant in Delray. That was that nice restaurant in Fort Pierce. You go back and look at the art you created. That was that nice restaurant in Sarasota. That was that nice restaurant over in Palm Coast, over in Jacksonville. Could be like that. Moments that capture life. You got family that if you got family that say, man, pictures, videos. They want you to actually gain something in that. Enjoy yourself. Send it to me. I'm not there with you in present, but send it to me. This is a way, guys. That's the tools of social media. It's not anti-social media. You can use social media to grow these businesses. And I'm seeing the growth. This thing is taking off way more than I want it to take off. I want to take in. The company's definitely taking in. I know they're thinking people like me and the other people who are doing the work. But you're going to help it take off to where people you don't even know are starting to see their financial life change for the better. They're going to be able to pay off the credit card. They're going to be able to pay off the car. They're going to be able to get the passport. They're going to be able to make that investment that they've been wanting to make. Whatever it is, peer-to-peer loans, whether it's a real estate fund, whether it's a type of training or a course or a certification they've been saving or need a way to get the money to get. You're helping someone become more. And when you do this good work, when you create this vibe in your town, when you create that level of work, you could turn a small town into an ecosystem. When you're away from it, when you're with family, when you're asleep, when you're at school, when you're at another type of work, or you just having some time for yourself in any way, other people are benefiting from your work. So if you did work on Saturday, you create awesome stories on Saturday. You're off on Sunday. Someone's reaping the benefit as a benefactor on Sunday if you're not working on Sunday. As an example. If you're doing something other than work that day. That's the beauty of it, guys. You could build an ecosystem with stories on social media. You could build it by going live on Facebook or any of the platforms, telling people about what you're doing. The check-ins help. Tagging the company help. Keep yourself professional. You can let loose a little bit, but be mindful of your language. Be mindful of what you reference. Be mindful of the culture of the company that you tag. Because I'm going to be honest, guys, in June, Black Music Month, the month of Juneteenth, You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I'm cautious of it. See you guys. Yours, right? Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, they just checking on me, safety of themselves and the property. I'm about to be on the way out, but you'd be surprised, guys. I tread carefully because of the way I've been trained by men's student organizations in college and college itself. But you notice I'm a little lax. I'm not too uptight. It was very much okay to tag Juneteenth. It was very much okay to play songs and themes along the like and participate with supporting, of course, supporting local, but supporting black businesses as well. You got to know the culture of it, because when you see them do it, they highlighted Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and some of the other restaurants that are known in the soul folk community, known as black-owned restaurants. So I just want you guys to know that it's okay to tread lightly, but don't miss giving the world some sauce. Like, you got a great idea, you'd be surprised what the culture is. Like the fresh market. The fresh market is a lot of times right in the middle class. I say the middle class and the wealthy. We all can go shop there if our funds right that day. But when you go in there, the clientele, you'd be surprised at how much the people who manage the account for the fresh market, when I'm doing a pairing with Instacart in the fresh market, you'd be surprised how much they like it. I did the Migos Stir Fry, a proper edit of the song, and that's something I want you to understand. If there's a good part of the song that's not promoting any vices or it's not cursing, and you feel like you grooving that, you like a DJ, you get what I'm saying? These were God-inspired ideas, a lot of this, you know. I didn't know how to do a story for real to this year. I would share somebody else's content to a story. I hadn't built my own to this year, right around Daytona 500, before things went the other way in March, if you know what I mean, 2020. So, right in there, in the kitchen wrist, twisted like a stir fry. About 15 seconds of that. Because right about 14 seconds, I like to trim my video down. You get one good full frame of video. And what I was learning all along, let's say it's a minute, it's going to be broken up in about 2, 3, 4 videos. It's up to you. You can delete them in Instagram story. But right about 14 is perfect. And like I said, I just set it up at Instagram, at the Fresh Market. And then a hashtag out of the selection for stir fry. You choose music. Now, this isn't like other apps where you got to own that music. It's free in Instagram. If it exists, if the artists and their powers that be have allowed it to be there, I look up Migos Stir Fry. Now, I looked it up before I added stir fry. Location, Fresh Market, the one in Vero Beach. You get what I'm saying? That's where I was. And that's how you get the Vero Beach reach. That's how you get a stir fry reach, because look how many culinary arts people, how many dietitians, how many dietary, how many nutritionists, how many healthy people in general, how many cooking people in general. They don't have to be a professional looking for hashtag stir fry. They'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Now, mind you, Fresh Market is thanking me for my swag. You know what I'm saying? What swag I do have. But I want you guys to realize you can do that. You can duplicate that in Sioux City, Iowa, and Fayetteville, Arkansas, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and Slidell, Louisiana, and Sardis, Mississippi, and Beaumont, Texas. You could duplicate that. You could create jobs in your community, because this is something I want you to know. Walmart has an entire e-commerce department. So if you're spreading the word about the Postmates company, there's going to be enough Postmates to come and be able to do deliveries with Postmates from Walmart. There's jobs that's stable right there in the e-commerce department of Walmart. They work for Walmart. With Instacart, there are communities that I go to where some of the deliveries are delivery only. That makes it faster for us drivers. The delivery only is put together by the people who are paid hourly with Instacart inside of the store. They go source the groceries. They're going to do the barcode barcode scan, and that's a knowledge, skill, and ability that a person is having in their role. I saw an email from Instacart to me that they were hiring in Port Orange, Florida, which is south of Daytona, for $11 an hour for the in-store worker. Now you're creating jobs by doing this good work. So if you live in an area that need a boost, if you're in Memphis, Tennessee, you're in Centerton, Arkansas, Bentonville, Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas, if you're in Dothan, Alabama, if you're in Carrollton, Georgia, if you're in LaGrange, Georgia, any of those places, you could be creating these jobs. You could be creating a very Jacksonville, Florida, 5-county professional sports team town impact in a town that happens to have college football as more of its commerce, or it may not even have all of that. So this benefits the college town, the small town, the rural town, the very quiet suburban town. You're not truly disrupting the peace or the culture, but you're adding something that wasn't. They need jobs. There's enough people, there's enough product, but the way is, how do I create a job, a meaningful job, where I can legitimately pay people, where money can be exchanged? By doing these simple things. Now this is how you get it to take off now, the things I'm telling you. But just by signing up, if you're looking for money in that way, by signing up, when you do a little bit in your area and you're making referrals, you'd be surprised. You can make referrals through your Facebook Live, any of those platforms you go live on, by including a link on your YouTube. Include your link so the company you work for. You work for one. If you work for many of them, there's a non-compete. There's not a non-compete. Let me get that straight. There's not a non-compete. You can work for all of them, as many as you want. Like I said, I work for Postmates and Uber Eats. They don't have a problem with that. There's not a non-compete. So I'm just telling you guys, you could light it up in your area, because places like Fort Pierce and Vero could use it. Fort Pierce is a town that's coming back. It's downtown and over the beaches. I grew up here. I'm a native. I can speak for it. It's coming back. See that Publix right there? That Publix got redone. It's beautiful. You guys can see it if it's not too dark. They redid it. They took their time and redid that Publix. But it needs industry, and it needs commerce, and it needs jobs. Whereas Vero just quiet. It's some strong money in Vero. It's old money, but they still could use some jobs. So there could be more people can get a capture of the wealth. Because in this work, you're going to get tip money too. You get paid for door to work, you're going to get tip money. But imagine the referral money. You're getting referral money for referring workers. You're getting referral money for giving people a credit to shop with these companies. So I want you guys to understand that this is a very lucrative opportunity, and creatively you could make a lot out of it. You can make a whole lot out of it for other people. So while you're asleep, everybody has a different life schedule. Somebody else is racking it up because you creating these really fun interactive stories on social media. Use that social media. This ain't no gimmick. This ain't no game. You're the one to gain. The people, you and the people in your community. So, and remember, don't feel fake or phony. You could be making impact in your city, tagging your city. You could be tagging somewhere else that you're praying for, that you hope and get a stimulus of money circulating, because it's a real issue. There's haves and have-nots, and you could be creating jobs for everybody. Everybody in every situation has basically the same problem. If you follow Grant Cardone, we got to keep the cash flowing. We got to keep the cash flowing. That's the real issue. It doesn't matter if you were born, poor or rich. No matter if your experience so far in life has been poor or rich. We all got the same problem. We got to keep the money coming. You get what I'm saying? So believe in that, guys. You could change that. You could change that in a matter of weeks in your city. In a week, but in a matter of weeks, you'll notice a cultural change. Just want to encourage you guys. So I want to let you guys know you can use stories, make them entertaining. Use Facebook Live or any other platforms with live. You could use YouTube, put them referral links in there. And I want you guys to know you can get paid for YouTube. I haven't been paid yet, but I keep producing so that one day I will get paid. You might take off faster than me. It's by views. They insert ads in there. All those ads you watch on somebody else's video, if you don't have premium, I have premium personally. That's how that person gets paid. So by me spending some time, I stand a chance of, in the long term, making some money by posting the video. And I want you to do the same. That's the kind of friend I am. I want you to come up with me. I want you to make money. And share the ideas and concept with people. You could run with how I do it. I'm not here to judge or grade. But if you sharper than me, if you got social media talent, knowledge, skills, and abilities, if you have a business acumen, you know how to take this thing faster, you can do it. The companies won't hurt for it. Because I want you guys to understand, all that $1 trillion mention that went on this year, don't think that money went anywhere. Get your capture, because I know you have goals and dreams. People that tune in this got goals and dreams. So I hope I covered everything, guys. Y'all be blessed. Signing off.